Hey everyone, I'm Sydney Eckstein. I'm a senior at Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida, and today I'm going to share with you my experience in the Women in Finance program. I'm from Bali, Indonesia, and I chose Rollins for several reasons 4 years ago. While I was touring a bunch of universities in my junior year summer of high school, I looked at around 8 to 9 larger institutions on the West Coast. But while we were on a trip to Florida, I realized that the smaller school environment that Rollins had was really ideal for me. Especially coming from a smaller high school in Bali, I knew that I really valued that professor and student relationship, and that was something that Rollins really puts at the forefront. Not to mention that the weather is great as well, so that was definitely a plus, and I just knew I wanted to come here the moment I stepped onto this beautiful campus. I also knew I wanted a good computer science program and tennis team to join, and Rollins had both. I can't wait to show you what my Rollins life looks like, so let's go. In my sophomore year, I learned about the Women in Finance program from a former teammate. It's a free program that allows women who are interested to learn about the field of finance. This program is so in-depth, and I've had the best experiences with this group of women. The Women in Finance program includes one-on-one advising through the economics department, mentoring through the Cumber Graduate School of Business, more on that to come, Excel trainings, guest speakers on campus, and an alumni community to network with future internships and career opportunities. In addition, I participated in the program's trip to Wall Street in New York City, where I learned that you don't need to fit into a mold to work in finance. You don't need to look a certain way or know everything right from the beginning to find a role that really best suits you and your interests. This trip was so educational and eye-opening that in my senior year, I was a student leader with the Women in Finance and took the next group of women to New York City to experience Wall Street firsthand. I'm going to go meet with Dr. Woikyu, who is an economics professor and the academic director of the Women in Finance program since its inception. She has been a great mentor for me during my time at Rollins.
Knowing that Sydney was a computer science major, I suggested that maybe a combination of computer science and economics, as well as data analytics, would be a very good combination that would equip her with the skills needed to hit the ground running at the end of her college years and get immediately into a career in finance.
Well, ever since I met Dr. Woikyu in the first initial meeting of the Women in Finance program, I knew instantly that I wanted a relationship with this professor and with this brave, awesome woman. Not only did she really give me the encouragement and the confidence that I'm able to learn something completely out of my comfort zone, but she was also another one of the advocates that I have here on campus that really not only puts my interests ahead, but also thinks about what this could look like at Rollins. Through the different trips that we had on the program, such as going to Wall Street and as well as the Fed, we really explored all the opportunities in depth together, and having those experiences together and shared, especially with the other girls on the trip, was really something special and is something that I've been carrying throughout my years at Rollins.
The students who graduate from the Women in Finance program tend to keep in touch over the years.
Not only are they so willing and open to help current students not just get jobs, but also just to offer advice, but they're so willing to come back and be a part of a community that is so tight-knit and bright and intelligent and really rooted in Central Florida and also all across the country and across international borders.
So our graduates go on to take jobs at Disney as analysts, also Stepstone in Switzerland in private credit, at BNY Mellon, either here in Lake Mary or in New York City, Citibank, either here or in New York City. These are examples of, top institutions, top financial institutions where our graduates tend to go. Also, some of them go to grad school. Either they pursue an MBA or a CFA or a master's in finance.
Bye! Bye! Through the program, I was lucky enough to be paired with Ginevra Check, who is an alumni mentor for the program. She was also a student athlete and a lacrosse player during her time here at Rollins. I was lucky enough to be able to gain a data engineering internship with her firm at FS Investments, which is an alternative investments company in Philadelphia. through there I was able to gain exposure to the computer science side of a finance firm. She's actually in town for Alumni Weekend now, so I'm gonna go catch up with her. Hey!
Hello.
So good to see you.
I've been involved with the Rollins Women in Finance program since it started. And the reason I initially got involved was because I thought it was important to show women what a career in finance could look like. I never expected to be in finance. And it's not all investment banking or accounting, but you need HR professionals, technology professionals, marketing, salespeople. And so I thought it was really important to reach out to college-age students, let them know that there's a variety of different career opportunities within the finance sector. And so it was really cool when Sydney participated in the program because we got to show her what a career in finance could look like.
When we had our initial conversations and talked about what I kind of wanted out of the program, I think saying that I was a computer science background really narrowed our focus into what opportunities that I was looking for at different firms and what different opportunities were available at Ginevra's firm specifically. So I think that really helped us make our goals a little bit more specific and help targeted resume reviews, interviewing tips, and things like that.
Well, to begin, there's so much opportunity for someone with a background in technology in finance. You're seeing so much change in the industry, and there really is an intersection in understanding data and translating it into business needs. So it was very exciting, especially because we needed interns, especially female interns. I think is really cool to have not only in finance, but also in the technology sector. So that was exciting for me to just help Sydney achieve that goal. And then when it lined up that there was an opportunity in my organization, that was obviously even more exciting. And I think it really highlights why I participate in the Women in Finance program. You know, my job and my role is not to push people to come work for me in my organization, but to try and show them that they already have the skills, the background, the interests, the passions that they need and that we need at our companies and within the industry to find a fit and be a match.
I sit alongside students from Ivy League and other top schools, but my liberal arts education, combining my computer science major with my economics minor, gave me the unique, valuable skill set needed at the intersection of data and finance. I applied for a highly competitive internship program at JP Morgan, which I was so excited to be chosen for. While the position was in Orlando, they fly all of their summer interns to their New York City headquarters, where interns can get exposure to networking and training. The summer went so well that at the end, I received a full-time offer after graduation to be a wealth management analyst in Orlando. Thanks for checking out my Women in Finance experience. And if you're considering Rollins, trust yourself to jump all in. There's so much here to take advantage of, and it can really change your life. Bye.